Hey, good morning. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2026. Currently, we are with emergency management in terms of Doug Dodge, in terms of the resolution we're looking at. So Doug, you want to lead us, please?
Yeah, thank you, commissioners. I appreciate the opportunity. The reason we're meeting is we just wanted to discuss stage one fire restrictions, which includes the banning of campfires on private property within Jefferson County. Reason for the request is just because of the dry fuel conditions, limited and available resources, and of course, high fire danger. We are anticipating getting some moisture. I know we got some in the area last night and probably will continue this week, but it's not going to be significant enough to make any sort of impact on our overall fire season. And due to the limited number of resources available, both regionally and nationally, I think it's prudent for us to move ahead with our with a recommendation for the stage one fire restrictions. All of our data points indicate we should be in stage one. That includes our energy release component. That's one of the items that we look at for drawing that line in which it tells us that fire behavior can be fairly extreme once fires do get started. We've obviously seen quite a few red flag warnings, and some of those will continue. And then again, I mentioned the resource availability, the preparedness level. So some agencies around other counties around us have gone into stage one, others have not. We ordinarily try to coordinate this with our agency partners, including the Forest Service, the two forests that are in Jefferson County. One of the challenges with that is, of course, at elevation, things are different as far as conditions go necessarily than they are on private property in Jefferson County. We're definitely drier in our private property, and so far the National Forests have elected not to go into stage one restrictions, but I feel it's, prudent to do so at this time, given the conditions that we all face. And I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Public, D.
Hi, Doug. This is Dee Dee Rhodes out of Basin. I have a few questions.
Sure.
First one is, when would it go in effect?
It was scheduled to take effect. I believe in the resolution it's scheduled to effect at essentially midnight tonight.
Okay. How long will it be in effect?
It's conditions based. So it's all based on the conditions that we have. We don't set an end date because we don't know what the conditions are going to be like.
Okay. And wood cutting. Does this also affect people with chainsaws out getting wood?
That is not, yep, no, it does not, because that is chainsaw restrictions are stage two fire restrictions, and we are not contemplating stage two at this time.
Okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
This will stay in effect until we rescind it, essentially. When Doug gives us the, hey, we need to rescind this restriction, that's when it'll end. So,
Thank you.
Anything else?
was there a pretty good fire in Whitehall yesterday? Did I see, Doug? Did you?
Yeah, there was. We had a couple yesterday. Actually, we had one in Whitehall yesterday afternoon. It was about 2.5 acres. The volunteers were able to grab that one, and then we also had one in Clancy late last night. But I'm still coordinating with the National Forest on that one. That one was lightning caused. The one down in Whitehall is still under investigation.
So fuels are receptive. I think we're over.
Oh, no question. Yeah, it's. I mean, everything's receptive. We're seeing plenty of starts. So.
I thought I heard Missoula County might even be looking at stage two restrictions already. There's some counties that are drier, I don't know, or just more busy.
Yes, there's definitely quite a few, and actually, I believe Madison County is also considering stage two. There's quite a few, I shouldn't say quite a few, several counties in western Montana that are definitely, Missoula's, I believe, already in stage two, and then some other jurisdictions are also considering stage two just because of the conditions that we're in. The challenge, of course, as Dee Dee had mentioned, is that impacts forest activity. So it impacts like off-road travel. It impacts folks that need to do chainsaw work. It doesn't prevent those just for situational awareness. Stage 2 restriction does is it limits the time frame when those things are allowed. So, and then it also requires a stage 2 restriction requires that if you do perform those duties, it's essentially like hoot owl restrictions on fishing. So you can do it in the morning, but if you do it, then you need to patrol the area in which you've done it in the afternoon. So there's just some more commercial activity, and then of course some of those mechanical actions that are limited in stage 2, and we're close as far as our ERC values to being in stage 2, but I don't think we're quite there yet. And so that's the decision. My recommendation, I should say, is not to go to stage 2 just because of that.
Are there any other agencies contemplating jumping to stage 1 if we go, or?
Yes, there's all the other all the other agencies in Jefferson County will go to stage 1 when we do, except for the National Forest. So DNRC will, BLM will, FWP will, and we don't have, I don't think we have any Bureau of Reclamation or BOR lands, but all the other agencies follow the counties except for the National Forest.
Okay, thank you.
So that would include the state land too, Doug?
That is correct. I mean, I shouldn't say it. Your resolution only impacts private land, but I've been told by all the other agencies, and this has been standard practice, that they will follow the county. So they will, as soon as if you decide to go into stage 1, they will also go into stage 1 to remain with counties.
Repeat again, that goes for the cities also, Boulder and Whitehall? No?
No, Boulder and White municipalities are, they're their own jurisdictions, and so they have their own burning regulations, and it has not impacted any incorporated municipalities are not included.
The Boulder and Whitehall are two. And I think there was a change to stage 1, wasn't there, Doug? And in the past, you could actually have a fire within some kind of a fire ring and change that to no campfire at all. Is that correct?
That is correct. We used to do exemption or try to do exemptions for campfire rings, but that turned into there's two big issues. Number one is a ring doesn't. One of the biggest hazards that we have from campfires, other than folks just leaving them unattended, is the ember shower, right? So a ring doesn't prevent any embers that come out of a campfire from causing an ignition. So it really wasn't terribly effective, in my opinion, on being a great solution. And then one of the other problems is an impact, and that is defining what a campfire ring is. And so, obviously we have a lot of folks that have, does it include one stack of rocks or, or a metal ring or any of that stuff. And so for those two reasons, we've moved into a more consistent. Stage 1 is just where we close campfires, but everything else, that commercial activity, the chainsaw work, things like that, are not impacted.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Commissioners? Okay. I would entertain a motion on resolution 17-2026, which is emergency resolution instituting stage 1 fire restrictions in Jefferson County.
Also move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second.
Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, Doug.
All right. Thank you, commissioners, very much. I will, if I could get a copy of that emailed to me as soon as we can, because I need to distribute that to our agency partners so they will update that. And then, of course, I'll send out the public information and get that rolling.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
All right. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
You too. Thanks, Doug.
Bye.
Okay, we're adjourned.
We're adjourned, all right.